Welcome in this interview. First of all, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. I'm Richard Nzawaza, and I'm a student at Southern New Hampshire University through KEPRO program, and I'm pursuing my Bachelor of Art in Healthcare Management with the concentration in communications.
Thank you, Richard. In this interview, we are going to talk about global health.
Yeah.
First of all, global health seems to be in the news more and more in recent years.
Yeah.
Talk about what is global health and why is it important to pay attention to it.
Thank you very much. Global health is an area for study, research, and practice that places in a priority of improving health of people all over the world. And it is very important because to help people, all over the world to be aware of current break of any global issues related to health. It also prevents the spread of infectious diseases all over the world. Actually, that's main important of health, global health. Thank you.
You're welcome. Diseases can come to us in different ways.
Yeah.
Explain the difference between communicable disease and non-communicable disease.
Thank you very much. Communicable diseases, those are kind of disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. I'll give you an example. Let's take current threatening pandemic, which is known as COVID-19. We also have Ebola. We also have HIV. Those are communicable diseases. So non-communicable diseases, those are kind of disease that cannot be transmitted from one person to another. I'll give you an example: heart attack, stroke, and cancer. Those are diseases that cannot be transmitted from one person to another. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Let's talk about Ebola. Since I'm sure most of our viewers have heard a lot about it, what is it? Is it communicable or non-communicable, and how do people get it?
Thank you very much. First, I will start saying that Ebola is communicable diseases, which was discovered in 1976 near the Ebola River in what is now called the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the researchers have not yet found the real cause or the origin of Ebola, but they believe that it is from some animals that have similar virus. We have chimpanzee, we have bats, we have monkey. They are suspected to have the same virus as Ebola, so that's where they believe that it come from there, and people get it as a disease that can easily contaminate from one person to another, and it can kill faster than any communicable disease. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
What would raise a person's risk of getting Ebola?
Thank you very much. Having a direct contact with a person who has a virus of Ebola, having eating those animals that have similar virus of Ebola, and also traveling from country that is recently said to have Ebola virus. Thank you.
You're welcome. So to prevent or at least lessen the chance of getting Ebola, what should the people do?
It's actually easy. Just avoiding having direct contact with contaminated people, avoiding traveling from countries that have that virus, also avoid eating those animals that are suspected to have similar virus. Thank you.
Yeah. Outbreaks such as the one related to Ebola can generate a lot of rumors and misinformation and even panic about what the disease.
Sure.
How it is transmitted and how likely people are to get it.
Yeah.
Talk about the need for educating people about facts, myths, myths.
Thank you. First of all, I would highlight this the importance of education and teaching people how to perceive things. And when it comes to this problem of global health, people tend to have their own perspective around. Some may think that this may be a political fabricated disease, which is totally incorrect. So they need to be aware through education. So there are many myths about Ebola, but I'm going to talk about three. and the reality about that, and what the role of the role of the education in just understanding this. So people should be aware of, should be educated that Ebola is not, it can be a, there is a myth that says that Ebola can be a contagious disease, even if the affected person has not is not exposing the symptoms, which is not correct. People should be educated that Ebola can only be contagious at the time a person has exposed or exhibited the signs. So there's also another a myth that says a person can easily spread Ebola from one person to another, which is totally things that people need to be educated about. That Ebola can be spread only from a person who has been contaminated the Ebola through blood, through fluids, through each and every fluids that can just happen to your body. And also there is another last myth that says Ebola can be spread in air. So people needs to be educated that air can, there is no research that has been conducted so to make sure or to assure that Ebola can be transmitted from air. So people need to be educated, but, so that they can just have the common understanding and the reality of things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. That is great idea. Yeah, welcome, Richard. How about the complications that Ebola raises for the rights of travelers and the responsibility of governments?
Yeah.
With this, can't he cause, for example, a nurse from Maine who returned to the state following a trip to West Africa in the fall of 2014, promptly had quarantine related restriction thrust upon her. Restrictions that she was, restrictions that she was very much against. With this, briefly describe the difficulty of balancing rights and governmental responsibility.
Thank you very much. We have our human rights, and we government have responsibility. So among of those responsibilities to take care of health of people. So I think when you have recently traveled from country that has Ebola, it means you have to quarantine for you for having a cautious checkup to see if you don't have that virus. So I know how straightforward it is to be quarantined, but it is for your own security and to prevent other people who may have your direct contact with you, and then it is for sake of everyone's health and wealth. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's talk about smoking and tobacco use, which is considered a big world health problem and raises similar issues to Ebola in terms of rights and responsibilities. Just about everyone knows that smoking harms health. What does it do to the body?
Actually, obviously the effect of the use of tobacco is obviously known, because it cause lungs cancer, it cause chronic bronchitis, and it also cause pancreas disease. Thank you.
You're welcome. What about the second-hand smoke? Explain what that is and how it affects people.
Thank you. According to Canadian research, the second smoke is this refers to smoke from burning the tobacco products such as cigarettes and cigars or pipes, so that you can make second-hand smokes. So it contains, which contains 70 toxic that can cause cancer. You get, and it is very it is a serious cause of some different cancer, because it contains 70 toxic that can cause cancer. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great
Mm.
explanation. We
Yeah.
are moving on the last question.
Mm-hmm.
People don't typically think of tobacco as a drug like heroin or cocaine,
Mm.
but the addiction it creates is strong,
Mm.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Should we think of tobacco use as form of substance abuse?
Actually, yes. Because each and every activity that is very abusive, I mean addictive, it can cause some different problems. Like ab- when you are when you are addicted, you tend to do something that that is very abusive in a society.
Yeah.
For example, in tobacco we have a nicotine which harm the body and which is act as a addictive substance, that cause people to be addicted with tobacco, and for them they feel like they want to always smoke tobacco. And if you don't have money, you will tend to find to search whatever ways to get the money, and you may search the money in abusive way. So we should think tobacco in that way. Thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome. Oh, thank you, Richard, for talking to us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, goodbye.